Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillahi wa ba'd. A couple have been married for a very long time, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and they want to divorce. Why? Because they don't get on anymore. They've had enough of each other. Every discussion is an argument. So they don't see a way forward, and they just want to divorce. Try and rekindle what has been lost. They're not interested. Just live in an amicable way. They're not interested. So all they see is divorce as being the only option in front of them. Now, there's a misconception here in the community in the sense that there is another option. And we see that in some of the cases we have, and I'm sure that exists in the community as well. What can they do in such a scenario? Well, they can agree to lose to win. What do I mean by that? They can agree between themselves to lose and forego some of the rights they have upon each other and still keep the bond of marriage. So, for example, they don't want intimacy anymore. They both agree to that. The husband says, I don't want to maintain you anymore. She agrees to that. She says, I'm not interested in serving you in any way whatsoever. I want to just do my own thing. He agrees to that. Is this allowed? Can they live just as friends? Of course, it's permissible, so long as they have an agreement between themselves. And subhanAllah, if they were to do this, they will still reap the benefits of being married in such a scenario. What are the benefits? Well, number one, if they have children, grandchildren, there are no mahram issues. Number two, imagine they have children or grandchildren who want to get married, right? The idea that proposals are received in one house with them together, or they go to house together to see a suitor and so on. They don't have to face the stigma of being divorced, rightfully or wrongfully. Likewise, subhanAllah, we've had cases where one of them has fallen ill. Because they still have the bond of marriage, it has been easy for the other person to look after them. And in one particular case, when that did happen, a while later, the other spouse fell ill and they were treated and looked after by the other spouse. So subhanAllah, it's a solution. It's a solution in a scenario like this where people are not interested in moving on in the sense that they want to marry somebody else. They just are annoyed at each other and don't want to maintain the rights that what the normal marriage has. So something to consider for yourselves. If you find yourself in this scenario, do come to the council to get further guidance on this. And you'll be a model as well for your children and your grandchildren on how to deal with conflict, how to be able to still move on and live in a way which you reap and gain the benefits of the bond of marriage. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.